would you tell them you can sell this particular program for your particular school district? Lockheed, calculus man, project lead. If they called you, could you make a case? Now the Obama administration, they have a whole bunch of money that they're going to be giving away for. Whole bunch of money, all right? Now, are we prepared to have some of those RFPs put in there to get some of that money? Another thing, what opportunities present themselves to use STEM-related strategies to get over some of the traditional reform initiatives and cure the devastation that's been created by decades of neglect? See, folks, I call it, this stuff is not going to be easy. You talk about jumping over some stuff that these folks have put in place, and they put it in place because they want to or because they have the power to, not because it necessarily worked. And you're talking about putting a STEM program in there? Something that's going to benefit in many instances, minority kids to become involved in science, technology, engineering, and math? Can you think about a program whereby some of these little brothers and sisters want to go out in the ocean and look at some stuff? I mean, if in fact you tell the average little brother and sister that, they look at you, but you know what? You give them that thing right there. Give them that thing right there. And let them do some hands-on stuff. See, sometimes we just talk. We talk to death in these kids. Folks, kids don't watch what, they don't necessarily listen to what you say. They watch what you do. So that's what we have to do more of. Get the kids to doing some stuff so that it does make a difference. So, how can you get the STEM programs that are good programs to leapfrog over some of that other crap that they got in place? Now, there's going to be a whole bunch of reauthorization stuff coming up, but I think it's going to be different this time. Make sure that your voice is in the room. I think I heard more talk in the last, since Obama's been elected, about STEM. All right? So let's use that as a catalyst for discussion. And when we hear the conversation, tell us, look here, I know it, look here. I was at a meeting and I heard about Lockheed, I heard about calculus, I heard about Project Lead the Way. I heard about Mesa. And you know what? The average person will say, well, what is that? And then that's when you get the opportunity. And tell about that woman who's an ocean, who goes under the ocean to see, don't put it in technical terms. Put it in terms that they can understand. Like she said, they go under the ocean to see how the submarine landed. Kids understand, oh, okay. Go under the ocean to see if in fact there's something down there that shouldn't be there. Oh, okay. Go down there to see if I should go down there anymore. Oh, okay. So those are some of the kinds of things that we have to think about. And also, I'm gonna quit and let's call it. I went to this thing when she first had this thing. And you know what? I went into I had to go to the bathroom before I went in there. I went into the bathroom and I saw this cat from the Navy. I mean, this cat had so many buttons on, I said, shoot, I don't know if I'm going in here. But that's when I saw that the Navy, the United States Navy, is a big partner in this kind of stuff. Sometimes your voice will not be recognized. But if in fact you know a voice that will, that's the voice you send. My voice may not be recognized, but his voice may, simply because he has a Navy uniform on. So let's use him. You better go get your as long as we do get the money. All right, so what you want to talk about? All right? How can we use the experiences that we have in addressing STEM strategies in disadvantaged circumstances to benefit the overall national discussion? How can we do that? Have I given you all the answers? Okay, question number 2 then. What can we do? What experiences have you had? Questions that you might have. How do you think, let me ask you a question. How do you think your presentation of a particular STEM program would be received by a school district? See, that's what you got to look at. That's number 1. And number 2, a lot of times instead of going to the school district first, I would go to the union. A lot of times people think that the union is not going to be supportive. Well, if we operate the system the way we have, then in many instances they won't. But I'll tell you this, many unions recognize they got to change too. And change is slow in coming, and it depends on who you have in leadership. But change is slow, but many will change. And the brother back in Prince George's County, who has the what's that?
The Patriots.
Yeah. A lot of times people may not want to participate. The question is why? So what I'd like for you to do is look at, instead of looking only at the reaction, look at people's, look what causes the action. So what do you think would happen if you went into a school board meeting where they were, at that meeting they were discussing budget cuts. At that meeting they were discussing whether or not they were going to renew the superintendent's contract. And you had an opportunity to make a presentation on STEM. What do you think? What do you think would happen?
I don't know.
What do you think would happen?
I talked to
Students, what do you think? Let's start with the students, then go to brother, and then over here.
Yeah, cool.
Come on now, students. Don't leave me hanging up here now. Come on. And I know that you haven't had that much experience with school boards yet, but this is a good time to learn. What do you think would happen? All right, let's put it this way. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Well, I don't have any experience teaching, but I have lots of experience in the classroom being a student. And something that I've noticed is that the teacher doesn't even know about technology in the first place, and the students know more about technology. And it's interesting to see that the students end up teaching the teacher how to even open the browser or use the system. So I think it's important that the teachers know up-to-date technology and know what's actually being used outside of the classroom before they even start teaching inside the classroom. So I think the first step would be to help the teachers learn before they can even teach.
How many of you have, as adults, have had something electronically, didn't know how to work it, and your first response was, get my kid, he knows how to do it. Over here, yes sir, and then over here, and then over here.
Before I approached the school board, I was trying to meet with 1 or 2 of them, and they couldn't take the lead on the project. So when it comes to the table, like I said, that board member Banneker is going to be working with us on this program to oversee it. But one thing about the school board, they want to make sure you bring resources to the table. You got to bring something to the table other than your ideas, suggestions. Because they don't always have the funding. But if you bring a Lockheed Martin or the Department of Defense, the Navy, and you line up the school board, because you need those votes. So you got to do your homework before you go to the full body to make sure you talk to each one of them.
All righty. Over here. Yes, ma'am.
For those that I haven't met this evening, my name is Harriet Hamlin. I'm with the Montgomery County Public School System and the base advisor at my school, Tacoma Park Middle School. I have had the opportunity to go to the school board with our superintendent, Dr. Weiss. I don't know if you were there at the time. You remember when we went there? It was about 5 years ago? Approximately 5 years ago with my coordinator, Ms. Lisa Carvalho. And luckily, Dr. Weiss is a very supportive superintendent of enriching students both during regular class time